Good morning. Not good mornings went really downhill. I started this video 3 times ago. I've had to stop. And it started off by going, good morning, friends, followers, subscribers, my termites and coldest. Thank you for joining me this Thursday morning. Then I got 5 minutes into my video and I heard was, Dad, have you got my shorts? Then door slam and yes, he's off school today because he's not going into school today. It's the last day of school and I don't think he should go in because they're going to a theme park and he's not into a theme park. He's nearly 6 foot. He'd rather be doing other things. So, you know what? Yeah, he's off. I've kept him off. It's the summer for him anyway. Well done. Yeah, and it's Thursday. Wow. Had a bit of a lie-in this morning, as you can probably guess, because this video is going out a little bit later than it should. Yeah. And a book arrived I bought a book yesterday. First book I have bought in a long time, because I usually get books sent to me. But the book arrived on Amazon. I did order it because the lady's called Elizabeth Day. She's written quite a few books. I don't know what happened the other day. It was last week. I was scrolling through Instagram and I went, oh, that looks interesting. And I looked at the different chapters and it resonated with me. But at the same time, Gareth Timms had sent me this book, the 0.1% Academy, about how to change your mindset and to focus and move forward. And I haven't even finished that yet. And then this book arrived and it'll resonate with you. It's like a summer holiday book, isn't it? Look at this. Friendaholic. Confessions of a Friendship Addict. Now there's a chapter in here which stood out. It's called Frenemies. It's called Frenemies. There's a chapter in this. It will resonate with everyone out there. So the book is written by Elizabeth Day. It's lovely. I actually like the design. But Frenemies is a chapter where you have friends, but they never give you compliments. It's like, what do you think of my new hair? Oh, interesting. They're called frenemies, where they don't want to fully support you, but they need your support. So they just, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's an interesting book. So I will get into that. Anyway, let's get back to the news. Well, good news is my YouTube channel has grown by about 1,200 people in the last 7 days, which is fantastic. So thank you for that. Thank you to all the new people coming. Big shout out to Foxy. I was on his, I was sitting last night doing nothing. In fact, I can't remember what time it was actually, but Gwen was watching Love Island, and I just thought, go in the kitchen, and I knew that Foxy was doing a live because Graham had told me, and I went in and I joined in on the live. It was quite nice. Yeah, I think you had Locomotive, one of Foxy's friends. You had Grumpy Sapper, and you had Graham. It was just nice, just chatting away. And Foxy, yeah. It was, look, Foxy's 30 subscribers away from reaching 4,000. So well done to Foxy. I hope you reach the 4,000 soon. You're a great lad. Right. Anyway, where are we? In the news. Now, we all know what's happening in the news. The world's gone tits up, hasn't it? Well, right now, Vice President Kamala Harris, and I've heard this, right now Vice President Kamala Harris is trying to invoke the 25th Amendment to remove President Biden as president, as he's unfit to rule. That's what's happening now. So she's got the Senate behind her, and that's what they're trying to do. I find it strange. They're trying to remove President Biden. He should have went a long time ago, but they're trying to remove him right now. His own party are trying to remove him. But if Kamala Harris gets in, which she will as vice president, she could be running against President Trump, former President Trump. Must point that out. I do have a lot of people in the comments that are quite bitchy. Trevor, you should never call him Donald. You should never call him president. You should never, everyone's got opinions. Opinions are like arseholes. Everyone's got one. Let's put it that way. Yeah. I almost say my own opinion, without prejudice. I believe that former President Trump won the election whenever they tried to take him out. Yeah. I mean, the director of the Secret Service, wow. I mean, massive failures. I don't know if she was leaned on. I don't know if she was pressurized. We don't know what's happened, but it's a catastrophic failure. First of all, the Secret Service were saying, oh, that area was down to local law enforcement. then the Secret Service were meant to be in the building. Now, I'm going to tell you something. At the very basic of military operations, you do not enter a building until you've secured it. So that should have been checked, but it wasn't. Then it was, that building has a slope on it, and it's health. The reason why I had no one up there was because of health and safety. That's what she said. And then the new one that just came out last night was this. The guy that was meant to be on that roof in the Secret Service had phoned in sick. It just gets worse, doesn't it? It just gets worse. I mean, I put a video, by the way, on one of my shorts on YouTube, which shows her, the director of the Secret Service, being chased down in Milwaukee. Senators chasing her down, asking her, why is she still here? Why haven't you resigned? It's the biggest F up since the assassination of John F. Kennedy. It is. I know you'll probably think that's wrong, but that's my opinion. I'm entitled to it. Yeah. Well, it is what it is, isn't it? And what's worse is this. And what did I write down here? A senator has posted online. I don't know if I've showed you it. I have showed it on my community page. That the Secret Service and the FBI were fully aware of the dangers posed on former President Trump prior to him giving that speech. They knew that something may happen. The guy who took the shot against the former president, his family had phoned the police earlier on that day to say that there was something wrong with their son. Could they go and try and check him out? He's disappeared. Things don't look good. All these things. Crazy, isn't it? Wow. Yeah. And President Biden is posting on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Do you know what he posted? He wrote this. I'm sick. You certainly are. You certainly are. You're now realizing your own actions. I mean, I'm sick. Shocking. It's like someone with ADHD now who's going mental on social media, just posting random shit. A bit like what former President Trump used to do on Twitter. Just post random stuff, you know. Or Elon. If Elon doesn't like a business, he'd post something about it going, I don't think it's going to do well. And the shares would plummet. And then he'd buy them. And then he'd post another tweet. Yeah, bought that company. It's doing rather well now. And then the shares would go back up. See how people can manipulate the markets? Yeah. A bit like US politics at the minute. Yeah. And for those of you that voted Labour in the UK, I'm going to congratulate you. Because Sir Keir Starmer has just fast-tracked 90,000 Rwanda migrants for housing in the UK. So if you're on the housing list, there we go. Yep. But he's quite smart, because what he's done is this. Now, I'm saying he's smart, but I don't like what he's done. He's fast-tracking 90,000 Rwandan refugees, whatever you want to call them, and he's given them housing. But he's also just ripped up the housing legislation, where now, if the government want to build houses near you, ready? Your petitions to put it down, he's now making it against the law to complain by local residents that they'll say, we don't want the flats there. And usually get a petition where thousands of people sign it, and the local government goes, well, we'll not build them there. Well, he's changing the law where you now cannot put a petition out if the government want to build something. Now, that's a very, very dangerous, slippery slope. It is a slippery slope. If it was such a slippery slope, the Secret Service can't work on slopes. But there we go. That's what Sir Keir Starmer's doing. Yeah. What have I written down here? Oh! Sadiq Khan's jumped on the bandwagon, the London mayor, that people keep voting him in. Yeah. Sadiq Khan has now written to some sort of select committee, and he's now demanding that his budget in London is doubled. He now wants £500 million a year so he can do things in London. He wants to double his budget from the Labour government. Wow. Now, I'll tell you something. I can't tell you where it is, but I'm going to tell you something. During the pandemic, we ceased all ties with Russia. There were things put in place where we couldn't speak to. We got rid of Russia Today. It's not on any of our networks. We can't watch it now. We got rid of a lot of things. Right. We put sanctions on Russia. But did you know this? The government already had that 500 million. And I'll tell you why. Because in London, there is the Special Forces Club where special forces hang out. Well, believe it or not, I can't tell exactly where it is, but the buildings, it's on this beautiful road, by the way, and all these houses, right, it's shaped like a U. All these houses around are worth 50 million, 60 million, 70 million. Well, believe it or not, because I found this strange as well, all the houses, beautiful houses that faced the British Special Forces Club in London, were owned by Russian oligarchs. They were owned by Russians. So during the pandemic, the British government seized every single property that Russia had, and they now belong to the UK. So, yeah, and they did it with many properties there in London. Hundreds of millions of pounds taken back, and the Russians kicked out. So that's another reason why maybe the UK doesn't want the Ukraine to finish this battle against Russia. We are making so much money off the back of the back of Ukrainian misery that it's a win-win for us in the US in a way, isn't it? Imagine the amount of properties around the US which were sieged by US authorities and taken back. There was probably billions, trillions of dollars taken. But there we go. Right, before I end this video, I have to say, I don't have to say, but I will say, a happy belated 77th birthday to Queen Kamala, and happy 80th birthday today to Thomas Markle Sr. Hey? Anyway, listen, have a wonderful day, and remember, stay safe, and thanks for supporting my channel. It means a lot. Take care.